Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to make crackers, carnivore crackers. And the star is going to be pork. And I have freeze-dried pork. This is from a pig that I raised last summer. And then I made broth with the bones. And then all the meat I picked off, I freeze-dried to keep for things like this. So I have 2 cups of pork rinds, 3 cups of pork flour, and I'll be using 2 cups of Parmesan cheese, so I have 1 so far. So I'm going to throw all these into the bowl, just so I can mix it well together. I'll add the pork rinds next, Parmesan, and I'll get another cup of that. And then I'm going to add the gelatin, 1.5 packs. Oh, I almost forgot. Need to add some baking powder. Add 2 tablespoons of baking powder. This is optional. I made crackers. Last time I made crackers, you don't need egg white powder, but I'm just going to put in 4 tablespoons. This will also give it more protein. I'll have to vacuum seal this after. Up real well again. I want it mixed all throughout, the baking powder and the gelatin. This way you feel like a couple crackers. You don't have to cheat. You can have a couple crackers if you really have to. Put a slice of cheese on it. Always try to find a cheese that has no carbs, but you know, always have a chunk of butter on top of it, or a piece of meat. Maybe a little bit of tuna, sardines. I also used these crackers just last night and tried it out and made like nachos with them. Put some mixed cheese on it and then put it in the air fryer. Turned out real good. So there's mixed well. I'll show you what it looks like. So all I have to do is add the eggs now. I'm gonna start off at 5. So every time I've made this so far, it's just been frying up whatever and then threw it together. So this will be the first recipe that I'll write down the exact amount to see what I'll get. But yeah, there's the only carbs you will get out of this is all this ingredients here, all these ingredients here, 0 carbs. But the eggs has a few carbs. I'm definitely gonna need a few more. So I have 8 eggs in here right now. Nine, 12, so it's wet enough. So now I'm going to turn the oven on and get the cookie sheets out. Some beef tallow in the microwave melting. stuff's pretty hard, like it doesn't melt that easy. So I'm gonna oil these sheets up a little bit, the parchment paper. You need the rolling pin. Just the whole paper moves when I use it. So on this one, I'm going to put Parmesan cheese on it for extra flavor. So other than the eggs, everything here is 0 carbs. So you're getting protein from the pork flour, getting protein from the pork rinds, getting protein from the eggs and egg white powder, and the Parmesan. So here's that one. I'll sprinkle a little salt on. Stick that in the oven. I'll make the other ones and come back to you and show you them. So I have the last 2 trays in the oven. I cooked it at 350 Fahrenheit to what you can see here. The edges are a little thick, but the inside is a little bit thinner. And I'll cut them as like sticks to dip in whatever. I have the dehydrator going so it's nice and warm. So this is how I cut them. So I'll cut the outer edges so it's like sticks. And I can have nice square ones. Doesn't have to be pretty. Same thing this side. The odd ones will go in this tray here. And great flavor. You can taste the pork rinds, get that little crunch from that. So these are a little bit thicker. I'm sure to squish it down a little bit more. Still tastes good. Now if I wanted to, I could probably cut these now and make a couple of buns and leave them as they are. So I have 6 trays worth. So I'm going to throw them in the dehydrator and I'll show you the finished results when I'm done. Probably going to be 4 or 5 hours. You can have these with chunks of butter, cheese, maybe a little bit of tuna on it, sardines, liverwurst. So like, just gotta think of different carnivore ideas. I say cheese because I guess I'm dirty carnivore. I try not to eat too much, but I do have a little bit here and there. But I gave up everything else almost, like I quit coffee now for 2 weeks. And I still use a few spices, so in carnivore, pretty much the only bad habits I still have, which I don't really think is a bad habit, because I gave up a lot of bad habits, like the ruffles and candy and sweet stuff, like cakes and desserts and poutine, all that kind of stuff. So having this once in a while with the cheese and cracker, I'm not going to beat myself up over it. And pretty much other than that, I'm sticking to beef, pork, bacon, eggs, chicken, fish, salmon. And now I'm doing these sardine challenges. I'm going to do it probably once a month just to keep my diabetes working good. It seems to really help my blood sugar. So yeah, I'll get back to you once I'm done these, and I'll show you. Listen for the crunch. So I actually finished the crackers about a day ago, but my phone was acting up, so I couldn't finish the video till now. So this is what I got. So I'll keep them in the freezer to keep them fresh, just because it's all meat and cheese and stuff like that. So I feel like it can go bad on the shelf. So I just store them in the freezer, take out a couple when I want them. But this is what I have here. I have melted cheese on crackers like nachos, a little bit of bacon bites on it, crackers and butter. I dipped a stick in cream cheese, crackers and sardine, crackers and cheese. So I'll try the crackers and mixed cheese melted on it with bacon, just because they're supposed to be warm. Yep. Very tasty. It's all about the crunch and the flavor. So when your husband or wife wants to have nachos and cheese, you can have something similar, so you don't feel like you're missing out, or they don't feel like they're eating something bad in front of you. My wife's pretty much vegetarian because she doesn't eat really nothing. If she does eat a chunk of meat, it'll be red meat, and it's like once a month. So here's sardines on the cracker. Another thing, I'm getting tons of protein here. It's from the crackers. Like I said, there's pork, egg, parmesan in it, so that brings up protein. Then I have this sardine on it. Butter. Just get your fat. And so when you eat something in a pinch, chip or something, you can go for these. There's my stick that you can dip into whatever. I wouldn't recommend cream cheese too much because there are carbs in it. But it's to prove that you can dip. My cheese and cracker. It's pretty easy to make, and you can do it without egg white powder. I've done it without. So everything else you can make whatever type of meat flour you want. Just dehydrate it and grind it down to a flour. And then do everything the same. I don't even know why I'm wearing these glasses. They're only for reading. So if you like this, try it out. Subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. See you next video.